Welcome back to Glow's Eatery. I'm Gloria Mezikowski, and this is my grandson, Ethan Mezikowski. We have a special treat for you today because I am going to be walking off the set, and Ethan is the chef for the day. So you have a lot of special treats to share with our listening audience. And so go for it. Enjoy.
I'm back on another show, and first we're going to be making some pretzels, and then we're going to be making some meatballs. And so first, how to make the pretzels, you want to make the dough into a rectangle, and then you want to make into 8 equal pieces. And then how to make it into 8 equal pieces, you want to slice it down into the middle at first, and then do those 2 other pieces into the middle, and then do it once again into those 4 pieces. Now I'll just put these ones to the side. And we will use this one for my demonstration. So first you want to make the dough, spread it out, and then you want to push your thumb into the middle of the dough. Then you want some mozzarella cheese and put just a little bit inside. And I only push my thumb inside so it would stay in better. And so that looks about good. And now I would want to close these, and if it comes out, you would want to just maybe take a little bit of cheese out and push it back in. But just anyway, just use a little bit of cheese inside. So now, to make the pretzel shape, you would want to make a big U, cross it over once, cross it over twice, and fold it over and push it down. So now I got my own pretzel. And now I'll put some stuff on top. And we're going to spread stuff on top, and you would want to make it, but you would want to use some garlic, some parsley, melted butter, and then you mix it all up until it all blends in. That looks about good now. So now I'll spread it all over the pretzel. And you don't have to use a spreader. You can use a spoon if you want to. It's just easier for me to use spreader to spread it over easier. Now I got my own pretzel. Now I am going to push this over to the side. So I can have room to put another pretzel on. Now I'll start off making another pretzel. jam my thumb in. Put some mozzarella cheese in. Again. And then close it until you get to the end. And again, if you see cheese coming out, you can just take a little bit of cheese off. And we are done. See, there's a little crack right there. Now I'm gonna make my own, create my own like style of pretzel, and I will just make it twirl it again, keep twisting it, and then I'll push it, and it's like a braid. See? Now let's put this onto here. Let's take the stuff we had earlier and spread it back on to this one right now. And that looks fine. And now, so after we spread this stuff on, now we need some Parmesan cheese to spread on top of it. And I got my own pretzels. And when you heat it up, you want to heat it up to 350 degrees for about 20 minutes. And when you finish, these are what they'll probably look like. And instead of 20 minutes, you can just see when the Parmesan cheese turns brown. So, and I made a couple more. And now I got a nice plate of pretzels. Hello, I'm back, and now we're gonna be making some meatballs. And how to make the meatballs, you need some hamburger meat. And now we're going to punch a hole into the middle so we can put the ingredients in, and it'll be easier so it doesn't get all over the place. So first, you need an egg, some breadcrumbs, some garlic powder, and now I will mix all these up. And this chopper is my great-grandmother's chopper, and also this bowl is also my great-grandmother's bowl. So I'll just do a little with my hands so it's easier. And I'll grate an onion, and I will grate only half of this onion because you don't want too much because it'll taste pretty bad. And that looks about good. Yeah, that looks good. Now, I'll mix these all up. And they all look pretty blended in now. So now we would want to take a bit of the meat, and you could just put it onto there, but to make it smoother, you can dip your hands in some water and there won't be any cracks. And now I got my own smooth meatball. And you can also scoop it, put it in a scooper, and so it can get into its shape. Dip my hands into water, and I got another meatball. And I can use a big scooper to make a big meatball. And it comes out in its shape. Now I can dip it in the water so there's no lines, cracks, and there you go. But sometimes I just like to use my own hands because it's more fun. And there you go, I got my 4 meatballs. And now I have 9 perfect meatballs, no bumps or cracks, and I can eat it. But you can, if you make small meatballs, you can heat them up to 350 degrees for 20 minutes, and the big meatballs, you can heat them up to 350 degrees for 25 minutes. And here you go. And I just heated these up, and these are what they look like when they are finished. And also, when you do it, you will probably see greases on the side, so you would want to take a paper towel and take them off. And now I got my own batch of meatballs. Hello, I'm back again, and I didn't tell you at the beginning of the show, but now we're gonna be making some dipping sauce. And this dipping sauce we're gonna be making today, I just tried it out, tried different ingredients together, and here we go. And also you can do this dipping sauce with pretzels I made earlier and the meatballs I made earlier. And now we're gonna start making the dipping sauce. And how to make it, you want 1/4 cup of crushed tomatoes. You need some Dijon mustard, some cocktail sauce, some plain tomato sauce, some parsley, and some garlic powder. Now, I will mix it all up, get it all blended in. And now I got my own dipping sauce. Now I will invite my grandmother to come on and try it with some of my pretzels and my meatballs.
This looks terrific, Ethan. It was a pleasure watching you make all of this.
It wasn't possible without you.
Thank you. Aren't you neat? Aren't you wonderful? And this is your very own creation.
Yeah.
Okay,
I just tried out different brands and stuff.
Right.
Just doing it on my own stuff.
Right, it's fantastic. It was great watching you rehearse and prepare. Now, what would you like me to try first?
Why don't you have a meatball if you want?
Okay, one meatball coming up. And this is the Ethan dipping sauce. Delicious.
Yeah. We can try a pretzel if we want. You can share one. Let's try this one.
Okay, so this is everything on here is
Yeah.
what you made, the braids and the pretzels. Okay.
So how about we split it?
Just a little piece.
I'll let you have a small one. I'll have a small one too.
Thank you. I can taste the cheese.
Yeah, inside of it and on top.
And you know what's good? There's like a little tanginess, and yet there's a little sweetness. It's sort of like a little bit of both. Boy, oh boy, you have really made quite a creation, and you worked really hard at this. Now, if you were to come back on the show again, what would you like to do?
A dessert.
A dessert. That is really up my alley. So we'll start looking into desserts. And I want everybody to stay tuned, okay? Thank you so much for being on the show. It was an absolute pleasure. Check our site, glomez@verizon.net, and hope you enjoyed the show as much as I did. Thank you.
You're welcome.